Hi there everybody, this is Michael from Asia Virtual Solutions. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about CAPTCHA solving and looking at setting up redundancy. What it means is that we're looking at not relying only on one CAPTCHA solver, but we have several CAPTCHA solvers to get everything done. Obviously we're trying to get it done as cheap as possible, but if we want really high success rate, then we need to look at maybe deploying a paid CAPTCHA breaker as well. So we'll look at how this will work and how we're going to save cost, which do we use where. So in the moment, there's basically in GSA there's let me just go down a little bit. Where is it now? So give me a second. We have basically three main CAPTCHAs that we need to solve. We have the basic image CAPTCHAs, which is just the stuff that the GSA CAPTCHA breaker can solve. That's just basic image CAPTCHA, or simple CAPTCHAs as it's also called. Then, and this is what GSA CAPTCHA breaker can solve. Then there's other CAPTCHAs which GSA CAPTCHA breaker cannot solve. So if you bought GSA CAPTCHA breaker thinking that you now have the perfect solution for CAPTCHA solving, that's not the truth. You need more than just GSA CAPTCHA breaker. So a lot of you have XEvil. XEvil, okay, they can solve all of these first four CAPTCHAs. reCAPTCHA 2, these are from Google, these two, reCAPTCHA. And they're changing almost all the time. Google is trying to make it as hard as possible to solve the CAPTCHAs, and then the CAPTCHA solvers like XEvil and other ones are trying their best to adjust and solve the CAPTCHAs. Then there's a difficult one called hCaptcha, which is even more difficult. They're all different formats. Then we have text CAPTCHAs. These other ones are normally pictures or puzzles. So the first one is basic image CAPTCHAs. These reCAPTCHA, they say some things like they'll show you a puzzle with say 9 blocks, and then they will say select the buses, all the buses, and then the pictures will change and you have to keep clicking all the buses. That is reCAPTCHA 2. reCAPTCHA 3, these become a lot more complicated. They will show say maybe 9 images, and 2 of the images will be say a duck. And then they will ask to solve all the items that can float on water. So obviously then that's the duck. So this is a lot more complicated CAPTCHA just to solve. There's a lot more logic in it. Then there's hCaptcha, which is almost a hidden CAPTCHA, and it's more difficult than the rest. And on the moment, this is the hardest. And yeah, we can see on the moment, reCAPTCHA 2 is very slow. It takes a long time because sometimes Google intentionally show more images. So there's not only 3 buses to click. They'll keep changing the pictures, and there might be a bus, there might not be a bus, and it might go on for a long time. And some of this is intentionally if they detect, and then if it takes too long, it time out, which is happening on a moment. So the moment reCAPTCHA 2 is very slow. reCAPTCHA 3 since XEvil beta 8 is very good. They're getting this quite quickly now. hCaptcha is, I would say, only maybe 10% success rate on the moment with XEvil, and then you need really good proxies and a lot. So having just XEvil or just captcha breaker is not going to cut it. So let's look at how we can set up GSA using redundancy. So if one tool don't work, we have another tool that I can try, and then another tool, and then the last option will be our paid option. So for instance, the CAPTCHAs come from our project here. So the projects go and they connect to websites and they register accounts and they get CAPTCHAs. So the CAPTCHA will go to the first one, XEvil. If it's a basic, or if you have GSA CAPTCHA breaker, then it will, your GSA CAPTCHA breaker will be the top. And it will try to solve it. If it cannot solve it, it goes to the next one in the line, and then to the next one in the line. But in this case, it will skip the second one if it's not, because this one is set to only solve text CAPTCHAs. It doesn't solve anything else. So, example, what is a text CAPTCHA? Let's go text CAPTCHA from DeepSeek is a question. It will look something like this. What color is the sky? And then oh, I haven't connected this up, but I didn't fill in the API key. This is just a short key that I didn't want to put my real key. But if you tested the question, the answer would have come back, the sky is blue. Okay, so what if XEvil fail? XEvil was not able to solve the image capture. It was not able to solve the reCAPTCHA 2 or the reCAPTCHA 3 or hCaptcha. Cloudflare we don't really see in a moment in GSA. So if all of these fail, that means we're not going to get an account created, we're not going to get a backlink. So what we can do is, for our top tier, we can say, okay, we really want the backlinks here, we really want good quality links. So it's important that we solve the CAPTCHA. In that case, we can say, okay, we will use hCaptcha. This is a service online that solve CAPTCHAs for you. There are people sitting and all they do is solve CAPTCHAs. That's coming in. This is it. If you come and click on this, it's an affiliate link. It will take you. Sorry, I'm logged in now. I quickly had to scroll. I'll have to hide my API that was showing now. But it will take you to hCaptcha. hCaptcha is a paid service, so they have real people that solve the CAPTCHAs. Okay, so I cannot show you now this, but you can just sign up and get an API key, and then put maybe $20 or $50 in there, credit, and keep it as the last option, and you can say only solve one time, and don't try to solve image CAPTCHAs, because we know that XEvil will solve most of the image CAPTCHAs, so we only want this paid service to solve the stuff that is problematic, which is reCAPTCHA 2, reCAPTCHA 3. But we don't want to do this for all tiers. So how do we do that then? So what we do is, if you open your project, this is just a dummy project that I have from order that I did. So if you go to the options tab, you click on, you see there's ask all services. So for the first tier, okay, we want everything to be solved. So you just leave it like that, ask all services to full. So, or you can open it, or leave it. We will, for the first tier, we want all services to be full. But for the second tier, I don't really want to pay for CAPTCHAs on tier 2, because it doesn't even point to my money side, it's just the indexing tier. Then we go to here and we click on you keep clicking until you get a pop-up. There you go. Then you go here. So you can, if you do want it on tier 2, then you can maybe say, okay, I want to use hCaptcha, but I only want to use it for do follow links. And if you have a PR solver, then you can set a PR to be, and you don't want to retry more than the initial try. Okay. So then it's not a strict, and you don't pay for every single one, only the do follow. But personally, I will only set that for, I will only use my pay capture for tier 1. And then for the rest of the tiers, I personally would just use the setting as in tier 3. So in tier 3, we go again and we click on edit settings. Tier 3, we say we want to use all these solvers except we don't want to use hCaptcha. And if you're paying for DeepSeek, then you can even have the option to uncheck that also, but it's included in the GSA VPS packages and it's unlimited. So if you're a GSA VPS user, you keep that like this. And then for your lower tiers, tier 2, tier 3, and whatever lower tiers, do not check the pay capture. Unless, of course, you have a lot of money and that's not a problem, then, and you don't mind spending money to solve the captures on all tiers, then you just check everything. Like that. But for me, I'm on a tight budget. I cannot afford to capture on all the tiers. So what I would normally do is for tier 3, I will leave DeepSeek because they're not so expensive. They're $10 a month is more than enough to keep you going. Okay, and then you just save it. But personally, I will just enable it for tier 1, and then for tier 1, and then for the rest of the tiers, we don't enable the paid solver. So for tier 1, everything is checked. Everything is checked. If you are really tight on money and you really don't want to spend too much money, then maybe on tier 1 you can also set only do follow links. And you only want to use it for the hard captures. So you don't want to send the easy captures because you have XEvil already that can solve it for free. Skip hard captures. No. Only for hard captures, yeah. So we only want do follow. We only want to solve hard captures. So that way it doesn't send send everything here that it can't solve. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. So just set them up in order. Don't check this box. Don't check that box. If you check this box, it's just going to randomly, when the captcha come in, it'll just say, ding, that one, randomly add them. But if this is unchecked, then it goes the captcha come in from the top. So we'll try that one first, next that one, and last that one. There's no point in saving the captcha unless you're a developer and you're going to create something with it. So no need to save any of these captchas. Yeah, so that is how we build in redundancy. So instead of just saying, oh, okay, XEvil is bad now, it doesn't solve everything, we can offer the redundancy there. Okay, I hope that is of some help to you. Have a good day. Bye.